We're on the record on case D10-426391. Woolard versus Clemens. Sir, what is your name?
Robert Woolard.
You gonna represent yourself today,
Yes, sir.
ma'am?
Nicole Clemens.
Representing yourself?
Yes.
Well, last time, I think you both agreed to a six-month split.
Right.
What has happened since then? You were supposed to go to family mediation to try to get something in writing, and
He didn't agree to any of it, actually.
Well, she said 2 months, go back and forth for 2 months, and I said the only thing I'm going to agree on is he goes to school with me and goes to the summer with her, and that's what she wants.
well, okay, how old's the child?
4.
He's only 4.
Okay. Well, how does 6 months equal to 9 months and 3 months?
Well, it's he's enrolled in school. He's been going to school for 2 years.
Well,
I'm not-
why did you guys tell me 6 months and 6 months last time?
I agreed to it. He didn't agree to it in mediation.
But were you here last time?
Yes, sir.
And didn't you tell me it was 6 months, 6 months?
That's what I said in court, and then once I left, I called mediation, and I told her that I realized what I said. She don't even, after I thought about it, she don't have a firm house that she lives in. I mean, I don't know, and the house that she does live in, that I believe she lives in, is with her ex, and the court. She's got a court order that the kids aren't supposed to be. He's supposed to have visitation rights, supervised visitations for 1 hour with the kids, and she's gone ahead and blew that. And so
Where's the child living and with whom?
right now,
Yeah.
He had the
he's
first
with
6
me.
months. I've tried to, I went to his school the other day. He told me he wasn't at school. I went to the school wouldn't let me see him. They wouldn't let me talk to the teacher, and they wouldn't let me see the classroom.
Are you getting any visitation?
Supervised, he wouldn't let me take the baby without him being present. And I didn't want to cause a scene. I didn't want to call the police. Because according to our last court date, it was still, I was under the impression that it was still 3.5 days, technically speaking. Although I gave him the first 6 months, we had nothing in writing for it. And so when I went to go see the school and talk to the teacher, the school would not let me see the teacher, would not let me see my son. He told me he wasn't in school because he didn't feel good. Couldn't tell me why he didn't feel good, and I wasn't. I mean, wasn't allowed to talk to anybody, and I wanted to see the classroom and oversee what was going on in the classroom, whether he was there or not, and I wasn't allowed to do any of it.
First of all, she called me when I was at work and told me that she had to go back to California. I says, okay, well, if you can wait, I'll let you see the class and everything, because she's already checked him out once, and I caught her,
Wait, one at a time, please.
and I caught him in the car with her ex getting ready to go to California. And I'm like, oh my God, I went to school to check him out, and she's already went there, checked him out. I honestly don't trust her about bringing him back, and the environment that he's around is definitely not.
Where do you live, ma'am?
I live with my mother in California. I've never checked him out and taken him to California. They're the only ones that have not followed the court orders, is that side.
I have
The
court.
school-
Wait, sir.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
know about one at a
Okay,
time?
yes, sir.
The school told me that the grandmother told them that there was different court orders and that I wasn't allowed to see my son. And like I told you the last time when we left this courtroom, it's all good right here. He'll say okay, but when we leave this courtroom, it's a different story. He doesn't agree. He doesn't follow the court.
So what are you asking for
orders.
right now on a temporary basis?
I
I guess we're gonna have to have a hearing, but on a temporary basis, what are you asking for visitation?
For visitation, we had discussed the last time, I wanted to be able to, since he had the first 6 months, I wanted to be able to see him whenever I come into town and with prior notice. And I can't even see him by myself. He can't even spend the night with me at where I'm staying at.
So how much notice are you gonna give prior, you said prior notice, how much?
It depends on, I don't know.
A week?
A week? No, I mean, I didn't give a week notice.
No, but can you give a week?
Oh, yes, I can give a week notice.
And when you come into town, how long do you stay?
I came in for a different event that I had to go to, so I was only staying.
But in the future, when you come in to see the child, what are you talking about for visits?
It would be just a couple days. I probably wouldn't be coming into town to visit. I would probably wait, and because my day's coming up, like for Thanksgiving, I'd like to pick him up and take him back to my family's house. For Christmas, I would like to pick him up and take him back to my family's house.
Oh, what are you talking about in California?
Yes.
Okay, let's quit jumping around. Let's talk about regular visits right now, and then we'll talk about the holidays.
Okay.
So you're gonna give 1 week's notice, you're saying, and you're gonna come in for a couple of days.
Yes, but aren't we switching at Christmas time? Aren't we switching that to the next 6 months?
Well, is there an order?
No, but that's what we had agreed upon last time. That's what we were deciding this time. He got the first 6 months, and I was supposed to get the next 6 months.
Okay. Well, that's what I've been asking about, because that's what everybody told me last time, was 6 months, 6 months.
And I had agreed to it, knowing
You
that
got
I
the
was,
first 6 months.
yeah.
I've gotten 3 months. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Not even 3. Actually, it's been 2 months.
From when to when?
It was from September. What was it? 16th or 19th?
Oh, sir, I didn't see my son for 2 months when.
Wait, you guys you need to listen to me and speak one at a time,
Yes, sir.
or you won't be able to speak at all. Okay. Your 6 months begin, it says here, her 6 months were supposed to begin in January. Is that right?
If I don't get 6 months, I mean that's 6 months would have been in March. Actually, 6 months, but you did say in January sometime.
Okay. And are we still doing 6 months and 6 months?
No.
What are we doing? We're gonna have a hearing,
Yes.
and the reason?
The reason is because she's unstable. I don't know where she's living. I don't know. Her. I mean, the other 2 kids really aren't my concern, but where are they going to school from? I mean, from their father's house. That's not even supposed to be visiting. I mean, she's talking about not following court orders. I got proof here showing you that she doesn't follow court orders. She's submitted court papers to the court saying that we switched days. She got a notarized stamp that's forged, my signature that's forged, and I let her go last time because she said she wouldn't take the baby out of Clark County at all.
Where are you living in California?
I live at my mother's house, the baby's grandmother's house.
What is the address?
1645 Steinhardt Avenue.
Wait, so give it to my clerk so she can write it down. Repeat it again.
I've given them this address over and over again.
Just give it to my clerk.
Excuse me.
He doesn't. My court orders for my other kids. It's whether it protects me. I reunited my kids with their father. Doesn't mean they can't see him. And.
Okay. Now, what are we going to do about Thanksgiving, sir?
I was going to go. I have papers from drug court and from my probation officer that I was going to go down there for Thanksgiving and
Where? Where's
spend
that?
it with my daughter here.
Where?
And it's in Torrance. I have
We're
to.
going to go to California, in Torrance, California.
Right, we were going to stay 2 days.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Also, he violates his probation.
I don't want to hear all this. Well, what are you going to do about Thanksgiving? We're talking about Thanksgiving,
Okay,
right?
Thanksgiving, I would like to see my son. I haven't seen my son. He won't let my son spend the night with me. I mean, I would like to have the holidays with my son. He's been with him for the last, it was 2 months, June and July, 2 months I didn't see my child when they just withdrew him from school and kept him from me.
When are you going to California, sir?
On the 26th.
Plus, I haven't seen him since then.
No, what's November 26th?
Yes, sir.
Well, I want her to see the child for Thanksgiving. But you know, that's, November 26th is a Tuesday. And when do you plan on come back?
28th. Thanksgiving.
Can you stay longer so she can see the child?
I already submitted the papers to my probation officer.
Can you bring the child back then, ma'am, on December 1st if you get the child on 28th?
I
December 1st is a Sunday.
don't know that I can. Just like him, I'm not supposed to leave the state without written permission.
Yeah, you two guys are real winners, I guess, huh?
Mine was fine.
Okay, you're gonna go to 26, right?
Yes, sir.
What time?
We'll be leaving like midnight.
Midnight the 26th.
Correct.
And you're gonna be over there the 27th and 28th.
Correct.
And you're coming back the 28th at one time.
It'll probably be about midnight. I mean, we'll probably be back in by midnight. So we'll probably be leaving about, 6?
Well, I would like her, does she know where you're gonna be in Torrance?
Yeah, she's been there.
Can you get to Torrance to see the child?
Yes, I can pick up my child.
Okay, so you'll go to Torrance to pick up the child on the 27th of November at,
If he can stay with me till the 1st, I mean, I can meet them halfway to bring him back. Because originally we had decided that we were gonna meet halfway to drop off my child.
and what's halfway?
Barstow.
Can she pick up the child on the 28th at 7 p.m. and keep him then till Sunday?
And, how, right.
What do you want?
I would like to see my son for the holidays, just like he would.
Okay.
He's had him this whole time.
Excuse me? I mean, like last Christmas, that's what the
Sir,
paper.
come on, please.
No, I mean,
I don't
she-
want to talk about last Christmas. I want to talk about this Thanksgiving.
Well, she's crying about she doesn't see him on the holidays. That's when she takes the baby and goes to California.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do the whole case
Okay,
today,
yes,
okay?
sir.
So, I give you guys plenty of time to try to figure something out, try to explain things to me. We get someplace and then you can't do it on the 1st. Yes, I can do it on the 1st, but I don't wanna do it on the 1st. I wanna do it on Thanksgiving Day. So, you do it the way I tell you to do it, and you both do it the way I order you to do it, because I try to set up something so you both can try to explain what you want, and you keep changing it. So on December 27th, he'll be in town on a Wednesday. December, are you writing this down, or are you just gonna guess what I told you?
No, it's November, right? You said December.
You got a paper and pen? You got a paper and pen.
Do you have a piece of paper, sir? I have a pen. Do you have paper?
And we're gonna need a trial date, so if you could start looking for one after we give out this information. November 27th, it's a Wednesday. He'll be in town by midnight or that morning, so you'll have the child from 5, let's make that 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You pick up the child at Torrance, where he's at, and you drop off the child Wednesday from 4 to 8. The next day is Thanksgiving, which is Thursday. You'll have the child on Thursday, November 28th. From 3 o'clock to 8 p.m. So you'll have him Wednesday from 4 to 8 p.m. and on Thanksgiving Day from 3 to 8 p.m. Both times mom will pick up the child in Torrance, keep the child for those period of time, and return the child to dad at 8 p.m. Dad will return back to Nevada when he comes back, I guess, midnight, November 28th. I don't want to have any problems in California. I don't want to have any issues to her not getting the child on Wednesday at 4 o'clock and on Thursday at 3 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
For December, she can see the child in Nevada, in Las Vegas, if she gives you 1 week's notice.
Okay.
You send him an email what days you're going to be in town. You can have the child while you're in town only. You understand? In December. Now for Christmas, what are we doing for Christmas this year? Are you going to California again for Christmas?
No, sir.
So when do you celebrate Christmas? The whole day, Christmas Eve?
Usually Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you know.
Okay, you will have the child till 4 p.m. on December 25th. Mom will pick up the child here in Las Vegas at 4 p.m. and keep the child from December 25th, 4 p.m. until Sunday, December 29th. You must return the child back to dad. On December 29th, you two will meet to exchange the child in Barstow at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
You will meet there at 5 p.m. on December 29th. So she picks up the child. She has to come all the way here, pick up the child from your house on Christmas Day at 4 p.m.
Sure.
She will keep the child till December 29th at 5 p.m. She will bring the child to Barstow, and you will meet her there at 5 p.m. to pick up the child.
Yes, sir.
So do we have Thanksgiving and Christmas set now?
Yes, sir.
And anytime she will call you and say, she gives you 7 days notice, I'm coming to see the child in Las Vegas, she can come and see the child for 48 hours.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna have a hearing to see who has this child and why you cannot share the child with the other person. And the trial will be?
Your Honor, I have one date available in January if you want to go that early, but other than that, I have to move out to March.
January. And you guys can, as your child, you two can work this out. I mean, she doesn't live in Connecticut, she lives in California, and she's living at her mom's house. That's what she says.
That's what she said.
Excuse me, sir, can I speak now? In the meantime,
You haven't been able to speak before?
I didn't say that.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. In the meantime, I've been without my child this whole time. I was wondering if my 6 months start. It's kind of hard to keep a job having to come
We
back
don't
and
have an
forth.
agreement, so there is no 6 months, 6 months. There is
So
no
then
agreement.
why is the baby staying with him then?
He's gonna have the baby until January unless you two reach an agreement. We're coming back January.
January 24th.
I was wondering why, because I gave him the first 6 months because I was under the impression I would get
Well,
the baby
his 6
after
months
that.
are not up till March.
They've had the baby since June. They kept the baby from me for 2 months. I didn't see my child. 2 months, withdrew him from school. I
He
had
said he didn't have the baby till September.
No, he's had the baby. I couldn't find my baby. I had to file police reports. I couldn't.
Have you had the child since June?
I've had the child since almost last Christmas when she left us. And she didn't arrive. I didn't see her for 6 months.
He went
Or
to-
called
Oh, her.
her.
Yes, he did.
But you had the baby.
Yes, he did. I stayed with him a week right before he went to jail. He went to jail, and that's why my kid was taken and hidden from me. They hid the car from me. The grandma hid the car. Acted like they weren't there. I sent police over there.
Okay, so,
That's why I've been waiting for my 6 months. They've had the baby. I go without the baby.
Excuse me. It wasn't.
And I don't
It
want
wasn't
him to-
our. It wasn't our choice for her not to have the baby. She left us. That's
okay,
what she did.
Okay, so we're done with that.
Yes, sir.
So let's concentrate on what we do in the future.
Yes, sir.
You were in jail, so let's forget about that as well. Let's concentrate on the future.
Yes, sir.
You didn't have the baby when you were in jail, your mom had the baby.
Yes.
And your mom didn't let real mom have the baby while you were in jail. But let's all forget about all that and let's concentrate on what we're gonna do in the future.
What,
We had an agreement in September that you were gonna have the child from June, your 6 months, from June until the end of the year. So I'll give her 6 months will start in January, but we have a trial when?
January 24th, 9:30, staff 2,
You guys have that time for the trial?
January 24th, at what time?
at 9:30.
Thank you.
what about his schooling?
Is he, what, in daycare?
Yes, sir. He's been there for
Well,
2
you tell me
years.
about his schooling when you agreed to the 6 months. Tell me what you were thinking.
They have the same.
Wait!
Sorry.
Another word, you're gonna be getting custody for a couple of days here. So you tell me what you were thinking when you agreed to
What I
6
was-
months and 6 months.
What I was thinking was her other 2 kids. That's what I really was thinking, that she's been down here for 2 months. Her and my mom, you know, not the best of words to each other.
Your child's in preschool, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not kindergarten, it's not first grade. So are you gonna put the child in school over there for the next 6 months?
In the same school, yes, sir.
What same school?
Acelero Learning Center. They have a head start in California as well.
Okay. And it's not really 6 months because we're coming back for trial when?
January 24th at 9:30.
Okay, and then we'll settle the matter if we can, you guys can settle the matter before then. He's gonna pick up the child December 29th like we agreed, and he's gonna keep the child until you come and pick up the child in Barstow on December 1st or December 2nd. Which day do you wanna pick up the child? I mean, January 1st or January 2nd?
January 1st, please.
January 1st, child will be picked up by dad December 29th in Barstow. He'll keep the child till January 1st at 5 p.m. and then he'll exchange the child with mom on 5 p.m. at Barstow. Mom will keep the child till she comes to trial, and she'll bring the child back to trial. So, and you two can talk about this in mediation if you want, or we'll have the trial in January and we'll decide. And we'll have plenty of time then, not today, to present the whole case as to, you know, why mom or dad needs to be eliminated from a child's life when they're both been in the child's life for, you know, the first 4 years of the child's life.
So what are we doing about the days that we're still doing this thing,
We're still
Thanksgiving
doing
thing,
Thanksgiving,
everything?
and we're still doing the Christmas thing. And
Okay.
then on she's picking up the child, and she's gonna keep the child till December 29. And then on December 29th, she's bringing the child back to you.
Okay.
You will keep the child till January 1st, and then you would give her the child back at 5 p.m. So everything remains the same. We just added one more trip on January 1st, so her period with the child will start in California, and she'll come back for the trial, and she must bring the child back when we have the trial. And are you sure you know where you're gonna pick up the child in Torrance?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't know, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to tell them when they need to exchange citizens?
2 weeks before trial, if you have any documents you wanna see, you need to give them to the other side. You exchange documents 2 weeks before trial. And if you're gonna have any witnesses, you need to put them on a piece of paper, their names, addresses, and phone numbers, and give the other side the list of witnesses you're gonna call at trial.
Are these documents that you haven't already received?
Everything is gonna be everything old and new, whatever you wanna show me. If you already filed it before, you list them on the documents again.
Okay. So
Full
everything,
records, medical records, anything you would like, criminal records, whatever you wanna show me. And, you know, you guys are making this very difficult for yourselves, because unless you can prove there's a complete disaster on the other side, both parents are gonna have time with the child,
I'm not trying to take time from her at all.
okay? Oh, maybe I got mistaken. Maybe I was listening to a different case.
I'm not. I'm really
Okay.
not.
Thank
I,
you.
I would never try to keep her from her son.
Okay, so well, maybe you guys can reach an agreement between now and then, so we don't have to come back and spend a whole day in this courtroom listening to witnesses.
He's way on the highway, sir. Thank you.
So you wait in the back, wait 5 minutes till she leaves.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Can we call the next case?